Yo, yo, yo. What up, Facebook? What up, YouTube? What up, YouTube? What's going on, guys? What's going on? What's going on? Guys, I just wanted to hop on here real quick, do a Facebook Live here, share with you a little bit of value, to talk to you today about what stops people from having a plan B. What stops them from getting started with having a plan B? Okay. Welcome to the broadcast. Who do we have here? We have Leslie. Welcome to the broadcast today. We have Ishmael. Yo, 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 yo. Everybody sends me messages and says, yo, yo, yo. It's like my handle, right? Okay, who do we got? We've got Ron Mayberry. Great Friday to you, Darren. Great Friday to you, Ron. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We've got Angelina live from New York. I love it. You're awesome, Angelina. Congratulations, by the way, for taking action. You're awesome. Okay, Ishmael is live. We've got Pete Lowen says good afternoon. We have True Freedom Explorer. Yo. We've got Shane Bueja. Good day. We've got live from Warrington, UK. I agree with corporations going through downsizing. Christian Supreme, what is happening, brother? Long time no see, my friend. Great to have you on here. Leslie says she can't see me. Okay, well, I'm not too sure why, because everybody else can. I'm live. Laura says, hey, Darren. Awesome. Twyla Morgan Montague says, hello. Live from the great city of Newcastle, and New York is in the house with the Big Apple. Okay, guys, so I want to chat with you today a little bit more about really understanding what is the blocker that stops people from getting started with a plan B. Now, guys, I'm going to tell you that if you are not setting yourself up right now for what's going on in a global economy right now, they're predicting that we're headed for a recession, okay? Now, if you're not getting educated right now, you don't want to be into a position where all of a sudden, bam, the recession hits and you get corporately downsized, cut back, restructured, pink slipped, and all of a sudden you're not prepared. You're not prepared for what's about to happen. And now is the time, guys, where you really, truly need to get educated to learn actually what to do so that you can have a cushion, okay? A cushion. If you really do the stats and you look at, if you go to Google and you type in, how many people in North America have even $1,000 in their savings account that can be a cushion of some sort in the event that happens. And I can tell you this, $1,000 is not going to be able to help this process in the event that shit hits the fan. Bottom line, if you are in a situation where you are not prepared, okay, your family is in massive jeopardy. Okay, I'm just being totally straight up, guys. Okay, if you do not get educated on what you need to do to be able to have a cushion, right? Honestly, if you don't have at least $30,000 or $40,000 in your savings account, you could be in a situation where you find yourself either where you can't pay your mortgage all of a sudden, out of the blue, boom, you're unemployed and you can't pay your mortgage for months at a time, and your home goes into foreclosure, especially if you're in a position where you have children. You're in big caca, guys, okay? Big problemo. Facebook user says, awesome talk, bro. Appreciate that. Leslie says, gotcha. We all need to be prepared. I talk about this a lot, in Millionaire Mentoring is that most people that even get past this, right, which is the mental blocker that stops them from being able to move forward. A lot of it, guys, just so you understand, we all have this ego. Okay, the ego is going to protect us because it keeps us kind of in a safe zone from stepping into the unknown zone. That's the ego. That's the protector. Okay, anything that has to do with change is going to be a fear zone. So the ego will protect the person from throwing their hat over the wall and jumping so that they can get properly educated. But here's the interesting thing about our particular industry. We're in an industry where people typically go to the least resistance to start a business. And that's typically going to be the MLM model, network marketing, or the direct sales model, or the affiliate model. And they're all very, very similar in a lot of ways, especially if you're building out a global team whereby through your comp plan that you can get more leverage from building a global team of either affiliates or distributors of whatever it is that you're going to market. Okay. Now, the challenge with it is that people don't understand the business model. So they come from corporate America over here. That's all they know. It's all they're taught. It's all they're trained. And then they want to move over to a different business model, completely different business model. And they don't transfer across. They don't transfer across, guys. Okay. This is fact. And if you've come from corporate America, which is a features and benefits business model, and you try to transfer that over into a networking business model, you can typically tell if a person has not been trained. What are the dead giveaways? Their social media profile looks like a commercial of whatever it is that they're marketing. So in other words, if they're marketing weight loss products and you go to their wall, their entire wall looks like one commercial after another all the way down their wall. They've never been trained. They don't understand how it works. Okay. And it doesn't matter if it's weight loss, skincare, nutraceuticals, energy drinks, digital products, legal, credit repair, doesn't matter. They're all the same all the way across. Okay? The business model here is a leadership, personal development, teaching and training business model. Now, if you don't know the distinction between these two business models, you are in big caca. Okay. And what happens is people start, spending a ton of money, right? Branding the company. And what they don't even realize is that the people that you really want in your business are not the people that you think that you want. Like I went on to a millionaire mentoring session this one time, and there was about 100 people on it. And I said to the people, I said, who can tell me what type of products that you sell? And one lady says, oh, I sell, weight loss products. I'm with this health and wellness company. So I said, well, who's your perfect buyer? Tell me who your perfect buyer is. And she said, well, it's people that need to lose weight. Okay. And that's what most people think. But those people are not going to get you into a global explosion. The people that are going to get you into a global explosion are affiliate marketers or network marketers that are already sold in the business model, that already have a list of qualified buyers, and they're already a leader. They already understand marketing skills, and they already understand leadership skills. Okay. Now, that person that's the perfect qualified buyer for your company doesn't necessarily need to lose weight. How about that? So the perfect buyer for you is not necessarily the person that you think is going to buy your products. They're the person that understands the business model, and they have marketing skills and leadership skills. A lot of times they have training, they have funnels, they have systems in place. They understand the business model. And those are the people that can take your business and go global. Okay. Now, here's the problem. So in other words, let's say that you're with Pruvit. Okay. You market Pruvit. That's your company. And you got Pruvit all over your wall, and your prospect, that's the real person that you really want, that has multiple different income streams. Maybe they're with prepaid legal. Okay. So the moment that they come to your wall, they already think that they have the ticket to the promised land. So you already lost them. You already lost them as a potential partner because they got into their particular company because they already believe they have the promised land. And the moment that you brand yourself with the company, you're at a massive disadvantage because all those people that are all the qualified buyers all over the internet that are coming to your particular page, they already believe that they have the ticket to the promised land. That's why they joined their company. And you've eliminated all of them. You've eliminated all of them. So in essence, what you're doing is that you're eliminating about 95% or more of all the qualified buyers that would take your business global because you don't understand the business model. You don't understand that it's a teaching and training business model, that it's a leadership business model, that it's a path of personal development, and that has nothing to do with whatever you think that you're marketing. Nothing to do with it. Okay, nothing to do with it at all. Okay, let's see who we got here. We got people piling on here. Katrine says, good evening from Germany. We've got Tyler, who's live. We've got, I need to smash through that, Darren. We'll definitely get into the intensive, Leslie. I'm gonna really take you guys behind the scenes. I'm gonna show you the strategies that myself and my business partner used to put over 6,000 people into a company in a 30-day period of time. Okay. And, you know, we've done it multiple times over and over and over. It's the same formula with whatever it is that we're marketing, the products, the comp plan, all the things that you're out marketing with are not the things that are going to attract the qualified buyers. So whatever you think that is going to attract them is not the thing that's going to attract them. Okay. In fact, if you don't get the difference, you'll actually be pushing away all the qualified buyers from you because you don't understand the distinction between features and benefits and a leadership teaching and training business model. They're two totally different business models. And most people don't know, and they don't get the training. So they join their business and then they try and figure it out backwards. Okay. The people that have gone to the top, my students that have gone to the top the fastest, got the training first, and then after they understood about the business model and lead generation and how to become the attractor factor and how to close, upsell, get team duplication, all the things that you really need to know if you want to build a global company, they learned it first, and then they joined a business opportunity. Okay, which quite frankly, in my opinion, should be actually like a mandatory thing. Like it's no different than being an electrician, a plumber, an accountant, a lawyer, a doctor, a nurse, any other industry. They actually get the training first and then they get to practice their profession, right? In our industry, people do it backwards and they end up spinning their wheels. Huge, huge problem. Huge problem. Dorinda says, hey, Darren, welcome. Facebook users live from Port Elizabeth. Yeah, there's the other thing. People just spam their links all over the place, right? Huge problem, guys. Okay. That's not how you become the attractor factor. If you don't understand about what your commodity is in our industry, you're at a huge disadvantage because in our industry, your products have to work. Rule number one. Okay. Rule number two is that they have to be competitively priced in the marketplace. And rule number three, your compensation plan has to be fair, okay? And once you know that those things are true, you've got to move them out of the side, and then you've got to actually know how to do the business model. That's what's going to create this magnetic pull towards you as the leader, okay? This is the difference. 10K side hustle, no, it's not. It's a separate millionaire mentoring intensive, Matt. I go over the concepts of lead generation, recruiting. I teach about the law of attraction, quantum physics, manifestation, the equation for manifestation. How do we actually create the reality in the first place? Okay, a lot of people, you know, it's kind of conceptual for them, but they don't actually understand how to apply it into their life with step-by-step daily instructions on exactly what to do. and how to do it. Now, interestingly enough, if you have not seen the interview that I did last night with Yennefer Mendez and Jose Fleet Santos, they were a really good example of a couple that was very, very coachable. Because when they came to me, they had gone 2 days with no water. Okay, they had an eviction notice with 6 children, and they were on the verge of being homeless when they called me. Okay, that's where they started. And I gave them the formula. We talked for about, an hour and a half almost. And I said, guys, you're going to have to, just tell me straight up, like, are you coachable? Will you follow exactly what I tell you to do? Exactly. Okay. Not, okay, 1 and 2, but, I think I'll miss 3, 4, and 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, you have to do exactly what I tell you to do, step by step. And I can tell you that if you do this for 10 days in a row, okay, you'll be at your first level breakthrough. And, when they tell the story, it's, quite frankly, it's an emotional story, right? It's an emotional story. And you can relate to what they're going through, because most people won't trust the process. They won't trust the process. Their pride and their ego thinks they have a better way. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've heard this over the course of 3 decades. Darren, I got this really cool strategy. You better watch me go. You better watch me go. Watch this space. Those are all the broke people, guys. Okay, those are all the broke people. There is a specific step-by-step formula where I can teach anybody, okay, anybody. The 17-year-old kid that was coachable made $50,000 in 6 weeks. His very first 6 weeks. He never had any success before on the internet. $50,000 in his very first 6 weeks. Okay. That's what happens when you're coachable. Okay. The best student made 45 grand his first month. We had people that were construction workers, 26 grand their first month. One guy got out of prison and made 28,500 his first month, but they were coachable. They were coachable. They didn't try and reinvent the wheel. And they just followed the actual steps that I teach, right? Leslie Ann says 2 very different things. Yes, corporate America is not the same as what we do. Have to know your avatar. And you know what? A lot of people don't even know what an avatar is, right? Your avatar is your perfect business partner. And the problem, here's the problem, guys, okay? People are drowning, okay? They're normally when somebody says, I need more income, they're drowning, okay? And now what they do is that, let's say that they're here already drowning, and then they want to save the people that are already so far down on the rabbit hole and under the water that those people are, they need resuscitation. You know what I mean? Like they don't even have a budget to even get their next meal, right? So in the event that you want to really make it big in our industry, we're in an industry of personal transformation. Okay, personal transformation. The first person that you've got to transform is yourself. It's yourself. That's the first person that you need to transform. You can't help other people transform until you transform yourself. Okay, so that's the important thing to know. But most people are in a state where they're already drowning, and they go even further down the rabbit hole, and they think that, well, that guy that's, flatline, well, he really needs what I have, right? You got to be going the opposite direction and be recruiting up, okay, to people that have influence. That's the difference, okay? And you only need 6 to 8. Okay, there's an illusion that people have that they think that they have to recruit hundreds or thousands of people. No, you got to get good at people. You got to increase your value to the marketplace so that you start attracting the people that have influence, the people that have the skills, the people that already have a list, the people that already know how to market, right? People that already have leadership skills. Those are the people that you want. You need 6 to 8 of those people. So how did we bring in 6,000 people in 30 days? Majority of those recruits came from the core of 6 to 8 people. 6 to 8 guys, okay, created 6,000 in the course of 30 days. And this is the thing that people don't get because they've never been taught. Matt says, okay, thanks, Leslie. Tyler says, amen. Angeline says, amen. You're welcome. Matt says, really love those sound effects. Okay. Oh, that's good. Agree, they know how to duplicate, right? Guys, you got to understand, okay? So if you have a list of qualified buyers and you already put up value to the marketplace, and those people are already kind of circling around you, they're waiting for something. A lot of times they don't know what they're waiting for, but when the right thing comes and you send out an email, right? You send out an email to those people, one single person, like when Ari sends out a notification about something, sometimes he will recruit, 500 people. 500 people in one shot. 500 people will join, right? Sometimes it's from one Facebook post, one single Facebook post, 500 people will join, okay? So this is the thing to understand is that, it's about the value that you provide to the industry. A lot of people don't understand what value even is. That is what you learn when you go through an intensive process because you understand the distinction between corporate America and the networking business model. They're not even close, guys. Literally, they're like this, okay? And this is why the failure rate is so high because people don't learn the actual business model that they're in before they go and spend money on the business itself, okay? Brand yourself, not the company. Absolutely. Leslie Ann says, absolutely. George Fenrich says, hello, sir. People buy into you, not your business or products. Get it right, and you attract them to you. And it is a skill that works with any business. Absolutely. Facebook user, I don't know if that's Rob Fraser, says great value. Attraction marketing, profile page is your shop window. Get that right, and leads come to you. Okay. That is true, and unless your page looks like a commercial, okay, then you're eliminating 95% of all the qualified buyers because you're still locked in features and benefits from corporate America, and that's all you know. That's all you know. That's all that you've ever been taught, which is the business model that you came from, and that's not our business model. This is the reason, guys, why the failure rate is at 97. I'm going to say it again, 97 out of every 100 people that get into this particular business model will fail, okay? They will fail. Only 0.1% of all the entire market makes more than $400 a month. 0.1% will make more than $400 a month or more. So how the heck then can that 17-year-old kid make $50,000 in 6 weeks? You got to ask yourself this question because he piggybacked off of the 7-figure formula. He learned exactly what we do and he just copied what we do. So he learned about all these concepts by getting the proper training, getting the proper mindset, and understanding how to become the attractor factor, okay? So Pete Lowen, the interview last night was very real. Both Jennifer and Jose last night, guys, they were getting welled up, and I even started to get. The day before yesterday, I reached out to Jennifer and I said, "Hey guys, I need a picture for marketing. Can you send me a picture?" And if you had met them, 2.5, 3 years ago, and you saw this picture back then to this picture today, it's shocking. The leapfrog, the quantum leap that they have made in this period of time in Millionaire Mentoring, I started crying. I got the picture, right? I got the picture, and I broke down. I broke down. I started to cry because of the transformation that had happened in their life, and they've got 6 children, guys. Okay. 10K side hustle is going to be amazing. I registered this morning. Congratulations, Angeline. I really mean that. okay? Because you are really ready right now to quantum leapfrog. And when I show you the areas of your business, the little holes that you need to fill, now you've got a cup, right? And when you put the water in, it's going to hold the water versus the spaghetti strainer where it keeps on draining through. People waste a lot of time, guys, on the internet because they don't actually know what the income producing activities are to be able to get to the top. Nobody explains it. So they guess on what to do, right? That can cost you a lot of money guessing, okay? A lot of money guessing. And what I want to be able to do is to show you exactly how to go straight to the money, directly to the money, right? You could literally I could explain it in one session, and the next day, 24 hours later, you could be making money. Okay, that's the difference. Blake says, excellent interview last night. These interviews are the real deal. They truly are, guys. I'm telling you, it's pretty incredible. Totally agree, Pete. Very real. Sander Williams says, me, I'm coachable. You know, Sander, feel free to reach out to me. You know, I'll show you exactly that. I'll steer you on the right path so that you're not wasting a lot of money and that you can get the proper training that you need so that you're not spinning your wheels. Okay. Most people spin their wheels on this in this industry, guys. And it doesn't matter if it's the MLM business model, right? MLM or network marketing, I kind of classify those as the same, but there's also just direct sales. Okay. So one of my students was 25 years old, and he took the strategies that I teach, and he recruited an entire army of door-to-door salespeople, college students that had the summer off. And, he sent me this long letter, right? He says, Darren, I took these strategies that you teach, and I recruited this whole army of people. And this summer, he said, I'm going to make $250,000 this summer. Okay. When he sent me the letter, he had already done $2 million door to door. He became vice president of the company, and he now owns a piece of the company. Right. I'm going to actually see if I can get a hold of him for an interview. That just kind of, I got like, whoa, I forgot about it. Right. But because there's a lot of people, I train a lot of people. Right. And sometimes you just forget about some of these incredible life-changing stories. There was actually, this is a cool story. I mean, it's a small world out there, guys, truth be known. And I got a message the other day from somebody. They sent me a message and they said, Darren, I went through your training, and he ended up getting his dream job. Okay, he got his dream job. There's tons of those people that they took the strategies that I teach about quantum physics, law of attraction, manifestation, and they actually like corporate America. They just wanted to get a pay raise or move up the ladder in corporate America. One guy got 3 pay raises, 2 job promotions, and signed a $30,000 consulting contract. And he sent me a message today. It's on my wall, actually, about how I helped him increase his self-worth, and his income increased because his self-worth increased. Okay. But this one particular guy sends me this message, and he told me how he got his dream job. Then he took the mindset skills and he got into Shopify. Okay. And he was showing all his stats of, the that he was doing in Shopify. So he sends me a message like a couple of days ago, and he goes, Darren, you're not going to believe this. And I go, what happened? He says, I went to Las Vegas to an event, right, where there was all these high profile marketers, and I end up meeting your son, Drayson. He goes, dude, he's freaking crushing it, right? My son tapped into Millionaire Mentoring, started kind of tapping in and listening every summer when he was about 15 years old. By 16, he was already making money on the internet. He started off with cell phone cases and these game controllers. He would, paint them all different colors and then put them back together. Then he did pop sockets on the back of the phone. And in the last 6 months, he's done $400,000 in sales on Shopify part-time, because he goes to university, he's getting his biology degree. So that's a part-time sideline business. And now he has an agency where he teaches people how to make money on Shopify. And he sent me a message the other day and he says, hey, Dad, I'm coming out with my own Shopify training product, right? I'm turning it into affiliate offer. It's 20 years old now, okay? Where's he going to be 5 years from today, guys? Think about this. But he started tapping into law of attraction, manifestation, quantum physics when he was 15. And now he's, I feel really good about it because it kind of happened by osmosis. He used to play his video games right beside me while I was doing these Zoom broadcasts and doing Millionaire Mentoring, and he just picked it up, right? He just picked it up. And I remember taking him. We used to go on these exotic car runs. Okay, I call them an exotic car run. So we would leave the house and we would go to the Porsche dealership. We would go to Lamborghini, Bentley, McLaren, Aston Martin, just one after another, right? And we might take a whole afternoon to go through and do this exotic car run, right? So this one day we're en route to, go to these different exotic car dealerships. And my son says to me, now keep in mind, this is probably when he was like maybe 14, right? 14, maybe even less than that, maybe 13 years old. So we're driving along and he says, Dad, I'm curious. Why are we going to look at cars that are worth $500,000? Like, you don't have just $500,000 that you're going to throw into a car. Like, why exactly do you go? I said, Drayson, I go because there's energy transference that takes place when you just touch the car, when you're around the car. There's energy transference that's going to take place, and it has to do with quantum physics, okay? And I go there so I can get into the vibration, so I can manifest the $500,000 so that I can get the car. That's the whole purpose, okay? So keep in mind, we keep on doing these exotic car runs. So this one day, we're at the Lamborghini dealership, okay? And, my son's obviously a little bit older now, right? He's probably around 16 now at that time. And we're in the Lamborghini dealership and we're walking around. We're talking to one of the sales reps. They all know me by my first name because I go there all the time. And we walk out of the Lamborghini dealership and here's my son, right? He looks at me and he goes, Dad? I go, yeah. He says, I get it now. I get it now. I said, what do you mean? What do you get? He goes, you remember when you were telling me about quantum physics and, energy transference and how the cars give the energy? He goes, I get it now, Dad. I get it now, right? That is called a breakthrough. That is called a breakthrough. Ishmael says, being coachable and following millionaire mentoring steps. Absolutely. Personal transformation. Transform yourself first. Rodolfo, thumbs up. Thank you, sir. Sarah Olney says, hey, Darren, great value as usual. I really appreciate that, Sarah. Great to see you back. Do you work with your teammates on Zoom calls on a weekly basis? This particular 30-day intensive one that we're rolling out right now, it's multiple times per week. The sessions are typically between 2 and 3 hours. And I explain this in detail. I explain it in detail. Now, what typically happens when I'm explaining it and I start talking about quantum physics and I start talking about the wave particle theory and how it works, my arms will light up like that with goosebumps, and that goes through the energy portal, and it's like a ripple effect all the way down the line where people can start to get it because they feel it. They feel it in their body. Some people will get the ripple all the way down the back of their head, and then it comes like a wave that goes all the way down their body. And that's the success vortex. That's the vibrational frequency. And once they feel it, right, they feel what it feels like, it's much easier for them to, boom, change their state and change their emotions like that fast, okay? And that's really what I want to be able to teach you how to do. Attraction marketing is a real skill, absolutely. With a failure rate of 97%, with what the heck would anyone Why the heck would anyone do this? Okay. So on that particular note, George, those are all the people that are not trained. So they're trying to take basically a round peg and jam it in a square hole, okay, and make it work. It's never going to work because they're taking a corporate America business model and trying to convert it into a training, a teaching and training leadership business model. So they're already like this. That's the whole purpose of teaching them the difference, the distinction, right? So, you obviously did not hear what I just told, the story about the 17-year-old kid that made $50,000 in 6 weeks. He got the training. The guy that just got out of prison that made $28,500 his first month, he got the training, right? So, my son got the training. That's the difference. The difference is between getting properly trained and not knowing what to do, okay? Now, when I talk about the 97%, I'm talking about all the people out there that go buy a business, get into this industry, they never get properly trained. Those are the people that I'm talking about, okay? I'm not talking about the people that go through my training, because you could watch all these interviews that happened this last week of real life testimonials from rags to riches, people that were flatline, that went past 6 figures their very first year. Okay, so that's what we're talking about here. Leslie Ann says, I'm coachable. Darius says, I missed last night. Darius, if you're on my list, the notification that went out yesterday that says, we're live, hop on now. If you click that, it'll take you to the page and the replay will automatically be there automatically because it automatically records. And then if people click on the email later, boom, there's the interview, okay? Okay, Bobby says, greatest gift for your son. Talk about setting him up to build his future. Absolutely. I thought it was pretty incredible, though, that one of my students, right, that already had a breakthrough, reaches out to me to tell me the story about how he went to an event and ended up, hanging out with my son. Right? Like, whoa. Like, whoa. Is that bizarre or what, guys? Okay, I blew me away. It blew me away when he told me that story. A little tag there, another tag. Watch the parallel realities video where you recommended. The probabilities of your own reality is endless. Thanks for pointing us to this and our better self. That's what this is all about, guys. Okay, this is all about providing people with the proper information that can take their mindset and expand it into what's possible, the infinite possibilities that are possible. And guys, here's a wave. I'll show you right now. You can see this on my arm. Okay, I'll take a close up here. That's what happens. You can see it, and it comes in waves. It comes in waves that go through, right? That's the success vibration. That is the success vibration. And that's what I want to be able to teach you guys on how to tap into that. That's called being in the zone, guys. That's where, money flows to you easily and effortlessly. Here comes another wave. I'll show it to you right now. You can see it on my arm, okay, right there. That's the success vortex. That's the success vibration that we can all tap into this, guys. All of us. We all have this ability to tap into this once you learn it, once somebody explains it to you and you feel it on the portal, right? Then it's very easy to start tapping into that. Okay, we've got Ron Mayberry, Bentley baby. Woohoo, yes. If you have never actually gone to a Bentley dealership and sat in a Bentley to understand the about vibrational resonance, okay? The car itself holds a specific vibrational frequency because things are made by hand. They're made by hand. There's a lot more attention to detail. So in other words, if let's say that you drive a Mercedes-Benz right now, and when you go to open the door, it's going to make a certain sound. And then when you're in the car, when you go to shut the door, there's going to be like a certain amount of oxygen that's going to hit you in the face. And it's completely different in a Bentley. Okay. When you look at the dash, when you look at the console, when you look at the chrome pieces and everything, it's a completely next level of attention to detail, attention to detail is completely different, okay, between a Mercedes-Benz and a Bentley, okay? Okay. What do we got here? Leslie says, I get goosebumps every time I watch. So looking forward to the intensive session. Guys, it's a phenomenon. It truly is. And I'm really excited about this because I know what happens on the other side of the intensives, right? I know what's going to happen for these people that are enrolled, as long as you can get out of your head and get into your heart and be coachable and don't try and reinvent the wheel, okay? I'm going to show you guys a formula that I used when I started in a investor relations call center, okay? And all we were done is we were given a list, okay? So on the list, it had the person's name, their email, and what their title was, like CEO or vice president or whatever, and it had a phone number. And then it, you're basically, I call it dialing for dollars. We were dialing for dollars. And sometimes I had to get past the front end secretary and then the executive assistant to finally get to the guy who had the money that could cut a check for $250,000 or $500,000. So, you got to hone your skills. You have to hone your skills when you're dialing for dollars completely cold, okay, complete cold calls, to get past 2 blocker barricades, sometimes 3, to finally get to the decision maker that can stroke a check. Okay. And if you have not mastered the skills of building rapport with a complete total stranger, then they'll just hang up on you. They'll hang up on you. Okay. So I was in a situation where I either learned the skills or I didn't eat, guys. I either learned the skills or I didn't eat. Okay. So what I did was I started to open up my senses to pay very, very close attention to pitch, to tone, to frequency, to volume, and to silence on what it takes to close. And that's where I learned. I learned in the trenches, guys, in the trenches, okay? And I raised tens of millions of dollars in venture capital using these strategies. Now, they work exactly the same for getting corporate sponsors. They work exactly the same for recruiting senior management team, okay? Because I rolled up public companies, right? So you need the CFO and the COO and the CEO, right? The vice president of marketing, all these key positions. You better know your stuff if you're going to be able to recruit a team of high level, senior level management into a vision, right? You got to know your shit, right? That's what I'm going to teach you guys, okay? So Michael Cook, is Drayson a prodigy? Is it DNA, or does your training just work across the board for anyone? Well, Michael, go back and watch the interviews. Like, I never met Jennifer and Jose, right? I had never met Civi before he got into training. I had never met, Samuel Mojica Jr. He made 23 grand his very, very first month in online, right? These are complete total strangers. I didn't know them before, right? So it has to do with understanding, the law of attraction. Here's the thing, guys. Do you realize that most people, the river of abundance is always flowing. It's like a river. And most people, they've got a dam right here, a dam that's blocking the flow of abundance, okay? And you've got to be able to realize that you're in control of this dam. You're in control of whether it's closed or whether it's open, okay? It's one of the two. It's like a light switch. In the event that you don't get it, closes back up. It closes back up. Now you're the rock in the river again, and you just get pummeled. No income will come to you. Doesn't matter what you do. You'll spin your wheels and work as hard as you want. No income's coming in. Dam's closed in the river of abundance. Okay. You got to understand the distinction of that. Okay. Tyler says, wow. Dear Darren, hello. Praveen, how are you, sir? Got it. Thanks. Get the training and train others. It's one, like, here's an interesting thing. Okay. So Samuel came out of the gate and he made $23,000 his first month. That's when he was in the vortex. Okay. Now, what happened right after that is he wanted to go try and figure out another way. Well, I'm going to try this other thing. I said, okay, we'll try the other thing. Right. But during that time, he didn't make any money. Once he plugged back in, okay, so he plugged back in, he went through another intensive. And the moment that he gets into the portal, money shows up. Just like Civi, he was on an interview, and while he was doing the interview, $1,000 showed up out of thin air. Every time Samuel calls me, money shows up out of thin air. How's that work? It has to do with vibrational resonance and energy transference. That's the thing that you got to get. Okay, Andrew, you are the celebrity brother. Awesome, you're great. Success vibration to tap into. Kyle says, Darren the man. Appreciate that, Kyle. Definitely need this, Darren. You know, guys, if you go to there's some place around this video, there'll be a link to this the 30-day intensive. It actually starts on Friday, next Friday. So we're on the last final countdown. Okay, Sunday night. Okay, you're going to hear from one of my students that was making. Okay, listen to this story. Okay, here comes the other wave. Look at this. See that right there? That's the success vibration right there. Okay, there it is. It comes in waves, guys. Waves through your body. It's phenomenal. So he basically had a past that was not so good, right? And he ended up in prison. And when he came out, they actually deported him back to a country where he didn't even speak the language. Okay, so he was in a country where he didn't speak the language. He was working at a call center and he was making $160 per month working full time. Now, I want you to think about what that might be like, where you're working a full-time job and the only income that you have coming in is $160 a month, okay? He learned this formula. He learned what I teach, and in 2 years, he's made over $220,000 US, okay? Now he lives on the waterfront in Cancun, Mexico, and now he's traveling around the world with his girlfriend, right? I'm going to be interviewing him on Sunday night, okay? Now, next week, I'm still trying to reach some of the people because they're traveling and whatnot. There's one family that was so broke that they were donating blood to eat. 2 kids. Donating blood, guys. That was their only source of income, was donating blood to eat. They went through the training. They went way past 6 figures. They now have corporate sponsors that pay for everything. They travel around the country in this gigantic RV, and their company is called First Class RV Adventures, and they have their own reality TV show. The same couple that was donating blood to eat, okay? Oh my God. Look, we have a picture. Rob Fraser always comes up as Facebook user, right? So he must have cracked the code there. He figured it out. Rob says tapping in. Yes, proud of ourselves. Awesome. Building rapport with complete total strangers. If you can master that skill right there, you'll never ever have to worry about money ever again for the rest of your life. This is what I tell people. It's about learning the skills, guys. Skills. Now, here's the difference between learning skills and getting in some give me $1,000 and make money off your money with the Ponzi schemes. When that company goes down, you got nothing. You got nothing. Over here, when you put the money into your skill training, nobody can ever take those skills away from you, ever. You have them for the rest of your life. And, you know, last night, Jennifer was telling me how she went to a ClickFunnels event. She, through events and learning the skills of networking, she actually is now the admin for ClickFunnels. Okay. Now, keep in mind, like 2.5, 3 years ago, they were flatline broke, guys. Okay. Now she's in a chapter in her own book. They just signed the contract in their advertising agency for Jay Shetty. Okay. He's got 25 million followers, and Jennifer and Jose, 2 of my students, have Jay Shetty's account. to handle his social media stuff, right? Phenomenal stories. Showing up is 80%. You're correct. Another tag. That's why I follow you, because all of this real law of attraction, vibrations, energy, mindfulness, it's all very real. I need you to flick my switch. Show up, girl, and I definitely will help. By the way, your interview with Civi was one of the best I've ever seen in all my months in this business. No joke. If that's actually on my wall right now, guys, okay? The interview with, his name is actually Aaron Civiteris. And here comes another wave right now. You can see it right there. And this one's getting very intense, right? But you can watch that on my wall. And he was $250,000 down the rabbit hole, guys. Okay, on the verge of bankruptcy and depression. He literally didn't get out of bed for 2 months. He tells the story and he gets emotional. And when he got emotional, that's energy transference. He got emotional on the portal and it transferred over to me. And all of a sudden, I started to get emotional too. You can watch it on the broadcast. It'll shock you. This is what I'm talking about energy transference. I'm happy by God's grace and your blessings. Happy to help, Praveen. Get the training and train others. Got it. Darius, I've known Darren for 5 years, working with him for over 2 years, and he is the real deal. If you're serious about success, get into Darren's training. I really appreciate that, Ron. Guys, that's coming directly from somebody who's been working with me for the last 2 years, right? I can't, fake these things that come up randomly here, right? Hey, Rakeem, how are you, brother? Looking forward to seeing you in the Vortex. Thank you, Andrew, for introducing Darren to me. Andrew's great. Andrew, I'm glad that you threw your hat over the wall, bro. Okay, seriously, because I can show you where to fill the holes in, and they're not a lot. They're just little tiny tweak, but you're going to be shocked when you see how easy it is to actually make money. And quite frankly, guys, I'm going to tell you the reason that most people never get into the money fast, okay, online, is they don't understand that Facebook is a portal. Okay, so like people look at their screen as a block. So they're looking at their screen as a flat surface and they're hiding behind their computer. I want to be able to teach you how to literally reach right through the screen to all over the world, right? Where you're connecting with people. Okay. Do you know that I've never met Jennifer and Jose? We've never met. This is the only interaction that we've ever had, is either on a Zoom broadcast or in a group session. We have never physically met. I have never met Samuel Mojica Jr. I've never met Pornfit Molding. I've never met Jay Alfredo. I've never met Josh, right? I've never met all these people that have these incredible rags to riches stories in person. Okay, but if you ask them about our connection, right, you would think that we've been friends for life, because it's the Friends for Life program that we're in. Success vibration comes in waves. Yes, it does. Thank you for introducing me again. Okay, donating blood to eat. Yeah, that's Sandra and Luis. You're going to be able to hear from them hopefully next week. I sent them a message. I'm trying to shoot for Tuesday for them. Josh Cousins is another one. Like, I think when he started, he was 19. First year, he made like over $200,000, okay, in Millionaire Mentoring. I experienced it so many times now. That's what happens, Andrew. Once your body triggers it and you feel it once, when you get back into the portal, it's like a rush comes through your body. It's an amazing. Andrew says, you're very welcome. Looking forward to welcoming you. Awesome. Okay, so there's quite a few scrolling down here. I want to get back to just giving you guys another quick little bit of value. So what is it that stops people, guys? What stops people from advancing forward, okay? The human being is, they've got this tug of war, okay? So on one side, they have a fear of failure. And on the other side, they have a fear of success. So it doesn't matter what side that they're going to go, there's fear on both sides. So they're in an internal battle like this, an internal battle, a tug of war between the fear of success and the fear of failure. Okay. You got to trust the process. The reason that it's like that is because it's like fear of the unknown. That's what the training's for, to take off the veil. So you go, oh, if I knew it was this easy, I would have taken action sooner, right? So the only thing that I can really do, guys, is kind of prepare you for it and then show you countless testimonials of people that trusted the process, that were as far down the rabbit hole as you could be, okay? Stephen Munson was homeless when he met me. Within 6 months, he had a $20,000 month. And now it's probably 5 years later, and he owns his own network marketing company called Heal, right? And, you know, Jennifer and Jose, they were on the verge of being homeless, right? So it doesn't matter where where you think that you're at, because it's an illusion. The reality is an illusion of whatever you think the current situation is for you. It doesn't cost any money to change your state. It doesn't cost any money for you to step into your power and step into your greatness. It doesn't cost any money for you to increase your confidence and your self-esteem. It doesn't cost any money for you to increase your self-worth. And your net worth is never going to exceed your self-worth. So unless you're prepared to do the actual personal development, you're not going to get a change. That's the definition of insanity. You think you're going to do the same thing over and over and over and expect a different result. It won't happen. You'll be spinning your wheels till eternity unless you invest in yourself to learn the skills, learn how this is done, guys. Okay. So waves, energy transfer. It's amazing feeling, starting to enjoy. Absolutely. Friends for Life Business. Thanks for this value, Darren. This is real millionaire mentoring. It truly is, guys. Okay. And I'm going to tell you stories of different things, of manifestation. And, you know, some of this stuff, quite frankly, looking back on it, it seems like science fiction. When I tell you the stories, it's so far out there, guys, so far out there that you would think, how the heck could that possibly be, when you learn about setting an intention? And the more that you practice it and the more that you tap into the vibration, it's like getting a laser, right? You know internally inside your body that you're going to be able to get to the result, okay? There was one particular intensive that I did called Top Recruiters Academy. It's more of a higher ticket training. That's not this particular one. And I said to the group, right when we were starting, I said, guys, I'm going to show you, you're going to watch this happen live in real time over the next 30 days. And I'm going to start today, and I'm going to show you how to manifest $100,000 literally out of thin air without spending a single penny on paid ads, no SEO, no Facebook ads, no YouTube, no Google, nothing. Okay. The power of manifestation and understanding quantum physics. So I start on this path and I roll out a campaign, like similar to how you see that I've got this 10K side hustle campaign. Okay. So I roll out the campaign and I'm in my third week and I've only hit 65,000. Okay. $65,000 in week number 3. Now, to get from 65,000 to 100, right? That's a $35,000 jump. And I only have 7 days left. Okay. So most people, based upon the human condition, would go, they'd already be giving up. Oh, I gave it a good college try. 65,000, that's not too bad. Okay. But I upped my value. I did interviews every single day because I know about compression, and pow. Okay. And at the end of that month, it got right to the end. Bam. I ended up doing 118,000. Okay. So from 65 to 118, that's, if you look at the data, guys. So take 65,000 and divide it by 3. Okay. And you'll get a number. Well, that number, if you put it over to the third week, it still wouldn't have hit 100. It still wouldn't have hit 100. But understanding these principles and compression, pow, ended up being 118 grand. This is the power of this stuff. Okay, this is the power of this stuff. Pete Lowen says, fear of the unknown has always been my biggest fear, and I'm hoping to discover whether or not fear may be the only thing to fear. Well, you definitely have to be surrounding yourself, Pete, with people that are on the same path, okay? You have to limit contact, guys, with anybody that's not on the path of personal development. There's energy transfer that takes place. So in other words, if all the people that you hang out with daily are, in victimhood and they're pity parties and whining and complaining, then, you're kind of, it's kind of like kryptonite, right? If Superman gets around the kryptonite and loses his powers, it's very, very similar to that. So you have to be so bulletproof in your mindset that you have this like armor when you're walking around, especially in the event that you're in situations with people that are victims, and especially if it's in your household, okay? You have to set healthy boundaries in place so that you're protected, especially if your parents are the source of the kryptonite, okay? Limited time, guys, limited time. And you'll know because you'll have a certain feeling in your body when the kryptonite's hitting you. You'll start feeling queasy in your stomach. You'll feel uncomfortable. That's your sign to exit. You got to get out. Okay, you got to get out. You got to protect your dream. You got to protect your vibration. Very, very important. So the thing to understand here, guys, is that if you're in corporate America right now, and maybe you're in direct sales and network marketing or MLM, and you're not hitting the numbers, you're not rank advancing, okay? If there's this amount of testimonials from people that have gone from rags to riches, there's got to be something here. There's got to be something here, guys. None of these people spent a single penny on paid ads. Not one single penny. That is all profit. So when the 17-year-old kid made 50 grand in 6 weeks, that was profit. Profit, guys. 17 years old. This is what I'm talking about once you learn the power of quantum physics. Okay? So what I would encourage you to do is this. In the event that you want to see the next set of interviews, right down on this page, right there, right on the video, you can see it says 10ksidehustle.com. So yesterday there was people on the video and I kept on pointing right at the green bar. They're like, Darren, what's the link? Well, it's right there, guys, 10ksidehustle.com, okay? And you'll get notified when the next series of interviews are coming out. Jay Alfredo, Josh Cousins, Sandra and Luis, I'm going to keep them going. Okay, I'm going to keep them going until we go for the first session on Friday. And if all these testimonials, guys, of rags to riches are not enough for you to believe that we're on to something here, okay, that's okay, right? I'm not here to try to convince you. That's not my goal. I'm here to try to help you, to look for you to learn these formulas that I have personally used to make millions and millions of dollars. The best year that I had was almost $4 million using this formula. And I want to be able to share the formula so that you can apply it and that you can become a ripple. You can become a ripple in your family, a ripple in your community, a ripple in your church. And through the power of the internet, you could become a ripple around the world, guys, with the power of the internet. Okay, here's another wave coming right now. Look at this. It's phenomenal, guys. I'm telling you, take a close look at this. That is the success vibration. And when you learn how the feeling in your body and you start getting waves, you're going to know what it means to be in the zone. Trust me. By the end of this 30 days, you will be in the success vortex for 30 days, guys. And when you get it, your whole reality will completely change. Guys, if you got value from this broadcast in any way, please throw me down a comment in the comments wherever you're seeing it. It's broadcasting right now at about 5 different locations, whether it's on my wall, could be in Quantum Millionaire, could be in Fast Track to Freedom, might be on my fan page, could be on YouTube. Please do me a favor and throw me a comment and tell me, what was your biggest takeaway from being on this broadcast today? What was the one thing, the one golden nugget that went bam, and it shifted your mindset in a certain way? In the event that you have people that are in the industry that are struggling, they can't seem to get to their breakthrough, please share this out with the people. That is really the true goal here, guys. Okay, this is not about me. Okay, this is about helping the people. This is about helping people to shift their mindset, to increase their self-worth, to increase their confidence and their self-esteem, to realize that abundance is their birthright. And there's not enough money in the world that can pay you for your worth. Once you get this, your whole reality will completely change. We create the realities, guys. We do, as human beings. We're not victims of circumstance. We create the realities. And once you learn how it all works and how this reality actually is created, it will completely, totally change everything. Everything. Now, after that, after you get to your first level breakthrough and you get through to the other side, you're still going to battle self-sabotage. You're still going to battle your ego, right? Those are some variables that you have to learn how to work within the game to be able to not only make the money, but keep the money, right? And that's the key. This is why I tell people, no matter how far you go, be a humble servant leader, guys. It's not about you. It's not about you. It's about the people. It's about making a difference for the people. Guys, my name is Darren Little from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Right around this video someplace, there should be a link in the event that you do want to be in the 30-day Success Vortex with me in the 10K side hustle. It's going to be a phenomenon, I can tell you that. And if you want to just get access to the rest of the interviews for, upcoming Sunday, and there's Sunday one is confirmed. I'm shooting for Tuesday for Sandra and Luis. Josh has said maybe Monday, but he's traveling right now. I'm trying to get back from him. But once you're in, you'll get all the in the morning or 1 hour, we're live, and then we're live, hop on now. So you'll get notification on when we're going to actually be doing these. But Friday of next week is when the Success Vortex is going to be lit up, guys. Buckle up and get ready for the ride of your life. Share this out with the people, guys. I'm excited right now. I'm fired up. My name is Darren Little from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and let's go get it. Have a good one. All the best.